In this problem, we have two charges. These are the two charges, and these two charges are suspended from a ceiling. The angle between them is theta, and this angle comes because these two are the positive charges and they repel each other. The mass is given, the charge is given, the length is given. Now we need to find out what is this angle theta. Okay, so how are we going to find it out? First, let's think about all the forces that is acting onto this charge here. These two charges are positive charges, so they repel each other. So the one force that acts onto this charge is the Coulomb force. So the Coulomb force will be in this direction because they repel each other. So I'm calling this is a Coulomb force. Fc is the Coulomb force. This is Fc, the Coulomb force. And then the other force will be the downward force, which is the gravitational force. This is the gravitational force, which is m times g. There is a tension in the spring. So if you look at this spring here, there's a tension. We call this as a tension T. Let's remove this one first. This tension. And we're going to resolve this tension into two components. The one component will be in the vertical direction, and the other component will be in the horizontal direction. As this angle is theta, this angle will also be theta. This angle will be theta. As this component is the T, this is T, the vertical component will be T cosine theta, and the horizontal component will be T sine theta. Why is that? Always remember, closer to the angle, if this component, this is angle theta, closer to the angle is always cosine. C, remember, closer to the angle is cosine, and further from the angle, this component is further from the angle, then it is sine theta. So we have resolved all the forces. Now let's write down what is the Coulomb force. Find out the magnitude of the Coulomb force. The Coulomb force is given by K Q1 Q2 over R square. So this is the Coulomb force. K. Let's write down K, and these two charges are equal charges. This charge and this charge are equal charge. So I'm just writing down Q square. Q square. Now let's find out R. What is R? In this case, R is this total length. The separation between the two charges is the R. How are we going to find it out? Let's take a look into this triangle here. This triangle. Okay. So in this triangle, as we have 1 meter and this angle is theta, closer to the angle, this component will be cosine theta, and this length is given. So this component, this vertical component, will be simply 1 cosine theta, and this horizontal component, that means this total length from here to here, this will be 1 sine theta, this length. Okay, so the 1 sine theta, and this is also 1 sine theta. So what is the total length now? The total length is now 2 sine theta. So in this case, R, which is the distance between the two charges, this R is given by 2 sine theta. This is 2 sine theta. So let's plug in here 2 sine theta square. So if I simplify this one, what I will get is kq square 4 sine square theta. So we now found out the Coulomb force. Okay, so now let's write down all the equations here from this free body diagram. So you can see this component of the tension T cosine theta has to be equal to mg, and this Coulomb force has to be equal to T sine theta. So let's write it down. So T cosine theta is equal to the weight, and then T sine theta is equal to the Coulomb force. And what's the Coulomb force is? We have calculated the Coulomb force here, which is kq square over 4 sine square theta. Kq square 4 sine square theta. Let's call this one equation 1 and call this equation 2. Okay, and now we're going to divide equation 2 by equation 1. What we're going to get it is T sine theta now we have T sine theta divided by T cosine theta. This equals to kq square 4 sine square theta times mg. The tension, this tension and this tension cancels out, and sine theta over cosine theta will be tangent theta. So what I will get is tangent theta is equal to kq square divided by 4mg sine square theta. I'm simply simplifying this equation here. This is the same here. Okay, so now we need to make an approximation here. Without approximation, this will be difficult to solve. And as you see, this is the very tiny masses. The Coulomb force is very small. So if this angle is small, then we're going to use the small angle approximation. What is the small angle approximation is? So a small angle approximation. Small angle, you can also type in, if the angle is very small, then tangent theta is nearly equal to the sine theta as well. So these two angles are nearly equal. So if these two angles are equal, then we can now simplify this one. So this will be sine theta, this equation 3. The sine theta is now equal to kq square divided by 4mg sine square theta. Okay, so now we're going to multiply, bringing the same term on the same side, sine theta and sine square theta. If we multiply them together, what you get is sine cube theta. Then you have kq square divided by 4mg, or sine theta. If you need to solve it, sine theta kq square divided by 4mg, and this is the one of the 1/3 power. Okay, and all the values are given here. K, we know K. What is K? What the value of K is a constant. Q is given 4 mg. All information is given. So let's plug in all the values now. So sine theta sine theta. What's the value of K? K is a constant, and this is 9 times 10 to the 9. What's the value of K? K is given as 100 nanocoulomb. So 100 nanocoulomb times 100. 1 nanocoulomb is 10 to the negative 9, and this is a square divided by 4. The mass is also given. The mass is 10 gram. So let's write down 10 gram. You have to change 10 gram to kilogram. And then the value of G is 9.8. And this entire thing, the power is 1/3. If you plug in your calculator, then what you get is 0.133, and the theta is equal to sine inverse 0.133, and the angle, if you just solve it, what you get, this angle is 7.67 degree. This is the angle. So you see, it does have multiple steps here, but the most important thing that you need to remember here is this small angle approximation, and you should be able to draw the free body diagram. Okay, if you do that, then this is not a hard problem. You just have some steps here. Okay, once you understand the concept, it is not hard. Again,